In the beginning was clay, and clay became the pot. In rural areas, pottery occupied and continues to occupy an important part in daily life. Being a work that requires patience, pottery is often reserved to women. The fabrication of wood is not a day job. From one region to another, there are literal differences in the way to deal with clay. At Bassa, a town in Togo, which is a small country in West Africa, the traditional pot pounds dry clay blocks in a mortar. After this, she sieves the meal she obtained in order to eliminate the lumps so as to obtain a refined powder. She wet this powder and then mixed it till she obtains a very soft paste. Now that the paste is ready, she can start the fabrication of the pot. The pot uses a round top mold to build the base of the top. It is on this base that the form of the pot must be decided and built. Thereafter, she can polish the pot. The traditional pot uses a leaf that she waits from time to time to polish the pot. On the other hand, the traditional pot of Nota, another town in Togo, pounds the humid clay to make it soft and useful. And contrarily to her sister from Bassa, she starts the fabrication of the pot. Way is quite different, but the result is quite the same. After drying the pot, they cook them. At Palime in Kloto Prefecture, the process is quite different. The artisan potter digs into the land till he finds the good clay. He mixes it with water and obtains a kind of paste. On the basis of the crank tower, he fabricated from the rear axle of an old vehicle. The potter of Palime takes the clay paste and manipulates it till he obtains the wanted form. By this process, he can obtain different forms of pots. The salad board, for example. The potter of Palime can produce more than 50 pots per day. Here, the potter doesn't use any mold, all is done by the hand. After getting the pot moves to the cooking stage. The pots are cooked over a slow fire for fear of breaking or exploding the pots. The pot is warmed as if it was drying. After the introduction of the pot closes the orifices of the oven by the mud in order to chase the humidity from the wetted clay and let the vapor flow by the summit. This must be done during 4 hours. Different types of pots are fabricated. Here, earthenware jars that are used in the cooking of local drinks. There are bowls and other small pots for mystic use. There are also the chocolate pans. Near, a jug for water and other bowls. Elsewhere, as here, the decorative jars. The diversity in the use and the variety of the products coming from pottery makes of the domain a wonderful source of income for the potters, especially the women. Apart from the artistic richness of the pottery, archaeological searches made in Nochen and Wiamde at Chare in the northern part of Togo from 1981 and 1984 revealed that potsherds were used since the 4th century with a marvelous technique to pave the floor of the constructions like tourists paved with bricks nowadays. This work has been done by a group of academics led by the archaeologist Dr. Dola Agiga from Togo.
We chose Chare because we realized that there are techniques of pavement in villages such as Wiande and Chare which are in the way to disappear. Therefore, we have to protect these techniques for the coming generations.
The results present a mosaic aspect. These women assembled a broken pot. By the use of paper, they break the broken pot into small pieces, and then they choose the potsherd good for use. Before moving to the real work of pavement, the ground is prepared first. The ground to pave is cleared, removed and wet.
If the surface to pave is not plain, it must be leveled before we start the pavement.
Now that the soil is ready, the sharper part of the potsherd is introduced into the ground strongly. Another potsherd is put to join the former one, and so on and so forth till they cover all the surface to pave. The right hand chooses potsherd good for use, well done, whereas the left hand keeps the set potsherd in order to make them unmoving and assure the strength of the work and the regularity of the rows. The potsherds are set vertically. At the end of this work, with a small hand rubber powder, they give regular small taps on the potsherd to adjust and level them. It is the way to level. After this, they fill the forgotten spaces with the land before watering all the paved area. After that, they pour cordon on the pavement. This is often done during sunrise or sunset periods. This final process permits to strengthen and give raw light to the pavement. There is a second technique of pavement from pottery. Here also, the soil is removed and wet-faced. Large pochets are settled on the plain surface. They are broken into small pieces. To strengthen the paved ground, the woman takes a paddle and gives small taps on the recovered surfaces.
My father was a chief of this village. During his reign, he paved this concession since 1951. He was buried there. Until now, the pavement remains undamaged. Thus, I think it is a good thing and very economic. If I didn't use cement, I should have paved all this area. I regret.
Though this model of pavement are very ancient, they are efficacious in the consolidation and the protection of soils, especially in marshy and mountainous zones. These mosaic pavements are used in the embellishment and the construction as far as the decoration of doors and windows like tiles nowadays. Investigations made in the service of accommodation and habitat in Lomé, Togo, proved that ceramic tiles also come from the cooked clay.
You just select the convenient clay, especially the canonical ones. And this kind of clay can be available in Tove region, Nichoe region, and Afanya on the way to Agomeglozu. All this region is covered with that clay capable to produce tiles. Now, if you want to know about the techniques, there is particular treatments of the clay. The clay is conserved and cooked. Tiles undergo other stages.
The traditional technique, which consists in building houses with the wet and kneaded clay, is a traditional riches for Africa. Building houses with cooked clay or bricks is the most modern way of these techniques. The so-called houses are covered with tile, which is an industrial transformation of clay.
This is the cooked clay. This is the stabilized clay. The cooked clay is first known by our parents. You just take the convenient clay, good for stabilization. You can add to it cement or another iron. You mix it and you compress it. The compression must be done in special machines that we call bricks press machines.
Houses built with these elements are very nice, and it is cool to live in because of their freshness. Very exciting and authentic, these buildings are propagated all over the world.
Searches made on this raw material after I have traveled to Japan, when I was very surprised to remark that Seattle City, a town located at about 50 kilometers from Nagoya, an industrial center in Japan, everybody is rich because of clay. They exploit clay. Let me tell you, clay is so exploited that Japanese are obliged to import this raw material from China now. Do you see? But here in Togo, we have different quality of clay. And we remain poor. What a paradox.
Vous voyez qu'il y a un paradoxe.
In conclusion, clay is an ethnological riches for Africans. From pottery to tiling, not forgetting pavement, it shows the intelligence of the African forefathers.